It is incredibly easy to make a ton of riders, which is why spamming them is so common. But rider spam is difficult to deal with, right? Right? Let's start with a quick and easy fix: defenders. If you already have organization, they may be worth investing in if riders are becoming a real problem. Place them in important locations such as sitters your opponent is trying to attack, and your opponent will find that attacking with riders becomes incredibly expensive. For example, it takes 8 riders to kill a defender in a walled city, and the first 7 die in the process. Defenders are awful at leading attacks, so use them along with warriors, so that you can deal damage yourself. Great, but there are better ways to deal with riders. You see, defenders are good at slowing attacks against you, and making sure that they don't get overwhelmed, but can't counterattack well, so don't rely too much on them. So let's talk about what you can do if all you have is warriors. Make attacks against their riders, rather than letting them attack you. Riders have bad defense, so by attacking them with your warriors, you can deal a lot of damage, and not take much in return. So don't hide your warriors next to your sitters. Move them further forward, so that if your opponent wants to target your sitters, they have to put their riders in range of your warriors. And make sure to use zone of control to your advantage. Here is a quick explanation of how zone of control works. If an enemy unit moves to any tile adjacent to one of your units, they have to stop moving, the same way as if they had moved onto a mountain. So, by placing your own units strategically, you can limit where their riders can go in one turn, preventing them from attacking your sitters. 2 important points to keep in mind. Firstly, riders can move again after attacking, which can give them extra movement, and secondly, they can kill the units to get past. How about dealing with them late game? The best late game unit for dealing with riders is arguably the swordsman. They're great at defending against rider attacks, and the high attack can kill a rider in one hit, making swordsmen a perfect counter to riders. That is, if you're late enough in the game to afford them. Swordsmen also counter knights, which are often the next step for many players who use a lot of riders, so swordsmen are a worthwhile investment. Now for what not to do. Don't rely on archers. Yes, archers can deal some damage, but if your opponent is already using riders, they are rarely worth the investment, so you're better off using warriors. If you are to use archers, keep them further back, such as behind tougher units, to prevent the riders from attacking them. If I missed any advice you think is worth mentioning, let everyone know in the comments. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed, and good luck in your future games.